right now. Crawford, you know what I'm saying? An amazing fighter. An amazing fighter. There's only a certain amount of people that can move up in weight and be able to translate that many knockouts at welterweight the way he did. Now, there's talks with Charlo, and that's another division. That's 54. That's an additional 7 more pounds. Talk to me. Does he walk around without giving it out so much, but like, you think he'd be real comfortable at 54? Like, you really think that he could be comfortable at 54 when the grass settles and stuff like that
I
to
think
fight
so.
a guy like Charlo?
I think that you know, Bud is a solid guy. You know, it's like a fire hydrant. You know, he might not he might be looking a little leaner, but he's solid. You know, and like I say, I seen this guy push heavyweights around. And you know, we got Steve Nelson, this you know, is a kind of a heavy guy.
Yep.
And you know,
So
yes,
cold.
shout out to So Cold. And you know, we've been, you know, been with So Cold, and he's always been a bigger guy. And you know, so we in there, you know, So Cold was the NABO champ. We had a small injury, so they took us out. You know, they was hyping Berlanga up, and they never wanted to fight. They turned the fight down with So Cold Nelson, and we making our return again on the Spence card. But again, like I said, you know, you got So Cold Nelson, who was a Triple Crown champ and the amateurs #1 in the country. Came up short for the Olympics just by a fraction. Again, he was a PAL champion, the United States champion, and the Golden Glove champion in the same year. Started boxing late, probably in his 20s, and you know what I'm saying. So we got you know, we got good work going around. And again, I've seen Bud push around heavyweight contenders. You understand? I've seen heavyweight contenders try to knock his block off and couldn't touch him, and I've seen him push around heavier guys, world champions, former world champions in the gym. So I think that 54 would be all right with him. I think that's his plateau. I think that's his max. And, you know, we had smaller guys like Sweepy, who started at 35, who won the 54-pound title when he beat Vasquez for the championship, who was a hell of a champion. Had like 50, he was like 50-0, 54-0 when Sweepy beat him. And, you know what I'm saying? So I think that, you know, skills pay the bills, you know, and I think that's what's going to separate Bud. But Charles,
And in the same time, it's like the speed that he has right now. Nobody got it at welterweight right now. Nobody's gonna have it at
yeah.
54 either. So that could be a big.
But I give
difference as
Charlo a
well.
lot of credit, and I think that'll be a hell of a fight. And I think that you know, Charlo is not. I think he's actually a better fighter than Errol Spence, to be honest. I think that
That was
I think
my next one.
he's
Okay.
proved more. I think he has more guts. I think he showed his mettle in everything that he's done, you know, far as having close fights and coming right back and fighting these guys. You know, with Castano and Harrison, these guys wasn't easy, and you seen the trouble they was giving him. And he go right back in the fire with these guys, and he proved his dominance over them guys. So, you know, I give Charlo a lot of credit. You know, he's a hater of Bud, but you know, far as boxing, when I just have to evaluate his boxing, I respect his boxing. And like I say, he'll be a tough fight. And I think if we did get that fight and we were able to come through victorious, I mean, you know, I think that we should get all the credit in the world. And I think it'll be a big feather in Bud's cap to beat a guy like Charlo at this time.
So that's basically what you're saying, is that would be a bigger threat in Crawford's list of challenges against, you know, versus Spence.
I would say, but you know, I would say, yeah, I would say, and I'm basing that off of, because Charlo can kind of box a little bit, he can punch. You know, Errol Spence is a one type guy. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really see him boxing with Mikey Garcia. He just was. Mike Garcia was running for dear life. You know, when you boxing, you on your back.
Right.
Yeah, you on your back foot. You stepping around. He was just coming after Mikey Garcia. Really, Mikey Garcia was the one running around that motherfucker. So showing that he can box, I haven't. I seen him kind of do a little bit with Lamont Peterson. You know, but far as boxing, I just think I'll give Charlo the edge. I think he's the better fighter. But styles make fights. I heard this. He beats the hell out of Charlo in them sparring sessions. So I don't know. You know.
Is that what you heard? Because that's what I heard too.
But again, you know, and you know, another thing too to say that is, I think that, you know, a lot of hype that Errol Spence got is based off his sparring session with Mayweather, and a lot of talk going on about that. So I think that put him like in a higher thing, like he beat Mayweather's and Mayweather's kicked him out the gym and all this other stuff. So, like if we made Mayweather that mad that he kicked him out, this guy got to be pretty good. So I think that helped with the hype train with Errol Spence. But again, I'm favoring Charlo. I think he's going to be the harder fight if we ever get a chance to face him.